Why aren't you talking to me?
I am talking to you.
No, you're not. You're texting.
Right, that's talking.
Did you know that talking's a verb?
Talking is a verb.
Totally.
Did you know that text is like a noun?
No.
I sent a text. That's a noun.
Did you know idiot's a noun?
No. Did you know smelly is an adjective?
Oh my God, no way.
What?
Look at that noun.
It's so adjective.
Okay, we are going live.
Grammar rocks.
All right, so this is Miss Parenti and
Mrs. Noe.
here to
Mr. Caballero.
here to teach you everything that you need to know about nouns and adjectives.
The whole world is learning English. Maybe we Americans should too.
We're gonna go quickly by some of these things here.
Goals.
Yeah, why don't you read those on your own time?
Pause.
Right? Okay,
Go.
go. And pause, read it, go. Okay. Oops. Okay. We're moving on. Those are the 8 parts of speech, and
You should have gone over these in class already.
that's right. We're moving on to nouns, into name calling.
What do nouns name?
Most of you know this stuff already, so we're going to go really quickly through this. And here we go. Some examples for you to look at. Oops. Yep. Didn't do that. There you go. Nope, that's not right either.
Oh,
Let's keep going straight.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Examples. This is a terrible recording.
that's okay. We're
It's
practicing.
absolutely terrible.
This is a
practice
first.
round.
So, person, police, Louise, inspector. That's gonna be really dry.
I know. Well, let's just look at it and see if there's anything that would screw them up. I would say that the ideas, the abstract ideas. Okay, the abstract ideas are the most complicated on the list,
Agreed.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you
Any
hold
tips?
it in your hand?
Oh yes. Can you hold it in
Can
your
you hold
hand?
faith?
If
Can
you
you hold
can't,
goodness? If you can't hold it, I call it the hand test.
Now, also
There
on
are
here,
some
I think
exceptions.
you need to note what's capitalized and what's not.
Yes.
So, like under places, you have a city,
Why are
which
those
would be
things capitalized?
common, but Derry is a specific city, so you have it capitalized. So if you look through the examples, you have a policeman, that's common, so it's not capitalized. And you have Louis or Louise, and that is capitalized because it's a specific person.
okay. So that's what we were just talking about, the difference between common and proper nouns. And I always call it the test in my class. If you put a the in front of it, you can usually tell if it's a common noun, and that works with abstract too. The goodness in your heart, or the faith that I have for you, or the happiness that I feel. So when you put the in front of it, for example, people get confused with the adjective versions of those words. So happy, you wouldn't say the happy.
Yep.
You'd say the happiness is the idea.
I want to add, adding to that, you can use the test, and I also use his or her. So you could say his faith, or her faith, or his goodness, but you wouldn't say his happy.
Very good. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
See, we're learning from each other.
God.
So
right.
here's where you get to use your test. Add his or her.
His partying really caused him some troubles.
Her drapes were just so ugly.
The haze is blocking my view.
The Mary walked outside.
No. Wrong. And that is only wrong because it is a proper noun, and the test and the his and her test only works with common nouns. So,
Good note.
thank you, Mrs. Noe.
You're welcome, Miss Parenti.
Okay. The he.
No. We need that
Wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll add some sound effects to future videos, possibly. Or this one.
Her could.
Nope.
Caveman.
The into doesn't work.
No.
There are the answers. You can see what we're talking about there.
So pause, look the answers over.
Go. Okay. Oh, what just happened?
I
Back
think
arrow.
it skipped one.
How do I do it?
Back arrow.
Okay. That's kind of what we we're just talking about, so we're going to skip ahead. You can always pause and read that if you want to. Oh, look at the bottom one, though. Some verbs can act as nouns.
Gerund.
Gerunds.
Yes, they're called gerunds. Some of you know that word, some don't. But the reading is easy. I guess that would work for, yeah. His skiing is outrageous, right? Okay.
Running is fun. Just saying.
Mrs. Noe is the cross-country coach. All right, moving on. Besides common and proper, what other noun types can you think of? And these were some that we discussed, some of them and not all of them. Keep going. All right, so the compound ones, I don't really think this is all that important.
I think you guys can look these over.
Yeah.
These would be ones that you should be able to recognize these words are nouns, but you would not be tested on recognizing what type of noun it is.
Right, and I would say also, if somebody labeled word as an adjective to processor, I wouldn't necessarily mark that wrong, would you? No. So that can be looked at as one compound noun, word processor, or word as an adjective describing processor, and I personally don't really care either way.
Right, no.
It's too nitpicky.
Agreed.
All right. Look at the little, what do you call a feline that duplicates?
A
What?
copycat.
He just gave away the answer.
Oh, whoops.
We're kicking Mr. Cavallero
I was
out.
too excited.
Okay, what is a slang expression for a stingy person?
What?
You gonna cheat again, Cavallero?
No.
All right, there are the answers. All right, these you know.
Oh, now we're getting into the apostrophe stuff. Too.
Right, the only thing that I would say about this is just spelling. This is more about spelling than if it's a noun or not,
Yep.
you know? Okay, just be aware. Use that spell check. Good? Okay.
All right, so this is where we get into a common error when we talk about possessive nouns that many kids make in their writing. So what does possessive mean?
Shows ownership.
Good. Very good, Mrs.
Thank
Plenty.
you. Do I get a star?
Not yet.
Oh.
So when you wouldn't have Harry hiccups, because then people picture hiccups with hair. You would have Harry apostrophe S, which means Harry owns his own hiccups.
Do you own your own hiccups?
I do.
It's a philosophical question that could be. Okay. Oh, brother. All right. Concrete nouns perceived by the senses. Can you hold it in your hand? Can you buy it in a store? Can you perceive it with your senses? Abstract nouns? No. They're ideas,
Oh, yeah.
concepts,
Gotcha.
emotions.
You took my line. I was going to say that.
What?
They were ideas.
Oh, okay.
We're here. We're on the same page. These would be important because these are hints that you know a word is a noun. So when you're doing your vocabulary, this shows you a word has been changed to a noun or is a noun.
Right. If I were doing this in class, I would have you guys come up with words that end in these suffixes. So you can do it on your own. I would write these down personally. They're nice to have on hand just to recognize them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right.
Here, go practice.
Pause, practice, moving on.
You could put on some really cheesy background music.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't it be like we say when it says pause, you should pause it.
We could pause,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
they
I
should
don't-
pause.
Oh, okay.
Like we can keep going. We'll say pause, go. You know,
Good.
they can pause, try it, and go on. If
Okay.
they don't, then they
You
don't.
realize
but-
that it's still recording?
yeah.
Okay.
We can cut that out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Take a look at this. Oops, don't.
It was there for a while anyway. Look fast.
It's been there
Look
for
fast.
55 seconds.
It's there for a while.
Oh, I like this one. Be specific for clarity. Now, clarity is very important in your writing.
A large number were present. I don't know. I just kept reading. I wasn't really listening to Mrs. Noe.
A large number
okay.
of what?
Exactly. We don't know. A
I
large
think
number
it's
of
the bugs.
what?
I don't like bugs.
That's probably right.
What I think they meant.
A large number of people
were present.
Exactly.
Right.
So you just have to be clear. And nouns in writing. Use specific nouns for added interest. And simply saying she looked disheveled, bring on the nouns and show us. This is something we'll talk about in writing quite a bit. Show, don't tell. So the better your nouns and other words too, but it makes it clear. So she stood at the stove wearing a stringy terry cloth robe fastened by an assortment of safety pins. Collection of hairpins and hair rollers hung loosely from her head. She squinted to avoid the sting of smoke from the smoldering eggs and the cigarette dangling from her mouth.
Paint that picture,
That
Parenti.
is awesome. Good writing. I just feel happy. The happiness that I feel.
Noun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, there was the practice, find all the nouns, and it's already given to you. I must have gotten click happy with the mouse pad again. So there are the answers, and that ends section 1.
Da Dun, da, da, da.
All right, getting past this little thing. Adjectives adding color to your writing.
Show, don't tell.
Most of you know what adjectives are. Sometimes the word modifier is used, which can be confusing to some students because they always use the word descriptor.
Yep.
But modify means to change. So an adjective in some way alters or changes our understanding of the noun,
Or
right?
pronoun.
Or
Yep.
pronoun, right. Do you know which words adjectives modify? Do you? Do you now?
We just told you.
Oh,
Sound
we get sound
effects.
effects on this one. Forgot about that. Okay, enjoy them. There you go.
Answers.
Answers, moving on. And what questions do adjectives answer? This one I make my students memorize.
So do I.
Okay.
These are very important.
So if you haven't memorized them already, you should do it now. That's it. Okay. And there are some examples. Any comments to make about these?
No.
Okay. Only that some of these, we all know that purple is an adjective. That's a basic one, but a lot of people don't think about that as an adjective.
Sure.
But when you look at it, it's saying which mountain, that mountain. So, there you go. All right, so think in your heads where you think adjectives are located in sentences. Got it? Any comments?
Just that this is, if you read through the second bullet point, a predicate adjectives. And predicate means verb. A lot of kids get confused by that terminology. So all that means is the adjective comes after the verb.
Right. Good. Okay. And again, we're just going to go quickly by these. Again, with the suffixes, just as we did with the nouns, these are really good to know about because the suffixes do often change the part of speech that you're looking at.
And as you guys are going through vocabulary,
Oh, sorry.
as you guys are going through vocabulary, you'll
Should I
see
go
that.
back?
Yeah.
I'll go back. There we go. Okay.
You'll see that sometimes there are hints, or maybe a word fits better in a space, like on a quiz, and you'll know which suffix to add. 'Cause if you don't have that on there, it's also minus a couple points on your quizzes. So knowing these helps you understand how the words are being used.
Right. And I'm trying, like, if you had a noun and you want to make it into an adjective or something like that, how would you do that?
So if you have happiness, which is the noun. right?
Happy.
Right, happy, which you have that Y there.
Right. Joy, which is a noun, joyful. So, and this is what we mean by that,
So pause and go ahead and try and do this.
right?
And we can go.
We're going to go. You pause. Okay. There you go. See? Boyish. We're hoping that you did actually pause, that you are listening to directions, that you are
Cheaters.
careful about listening to directions, correct?
Yes.
Oops.
Because it would be awful if you didn't. But it's awesome if you do. You might be a little foggy.
In your brain. All right.
Yeah, we're nerds, we know.
Yeah, okay.
I had a lot of questions. We played a grammar game, and I had some questions on this. All articles are adjectives.
They are. What were your questions?
They didn't know what they were. They knew their articles. They didn't know
okay.
what part of speech they were.
Yeah, there are just so many articles that nobody really talks about them as adjectives anymore. It's a subset of adjectives, so we always just call them articles at this point. But they are technically adjectives
All the
because
time.
they're saying which car, the car, or a car. They do modify or describe a noun or pronoun. All right.
So should we do all of them? Pause.
I'm not really sure how I can't remember how the PowerPoint works. Oh, yeah, there we go.
So
One more.
pause.
Yep,
And
pause.
try and figure those out.
And really pause.
Now, pause now.
Do it. Okay, but we don't need to pause. Okay. I keep forgetting that we don't need to pause. I'm pausing, but we don't need to. You need to.
We'll get this down, guys. Don't worry.
All right.
There are your adjectives.
The dirty sneakers are smelly.
5 birds landed on my new blue car yesterday, and they left me some unsavory gifts.
I like
Ew.
that one.
I do like that one.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
gross.
And I love this one. Grammar is interesting and exciting.
I have some students that would disagree with that. Are you happy yet?
I would like to go back to the word my, because my is when you look at 5 birds landed on my new blue car,
thank you.
my could also be looked at as an adjective.
I do have my kids mark it as an adjective.
Right, and I don't care if it's marked personally as a pronoun or an adjective. Neither one is technically wrong. It's a possessive pronoun, but really when you look at it, it is functioning to describe which car,
Right.
my car, so.
Being used in the sentence as
Right.
an adjective.
Somebody just walked in the door, by the way. He might want to add some input. Would you like to say hi, Mr.
We have a
Littlefield?
guest speaker.
This is a guest speaker.
Hi.
Our guest speaker is now going to jump right in anytime he wants to. Mr. Cavallero was the first guest speaker in the Noe Parenti series. Yeah, I like those.
Wow.
Students actually have a problem with the nouns becoming adjectives.
They do.
Right?
They had problems today.
Yeah, oh, did they?
Mhm,
Okay.
When we played our grammar game.
Yep. So please take a look at these because words can function multiple ways in a sentence depending on what's going on in the sentence.
Right. So it's about the function of the word,
Right.
not just recognizing a word can be a part of speech.
Okay, moving on. And pronouns can become adjectives. That was really insightful. Mr. Littlefield is agreeing. Just gonna make this PowerPoint.
So notice the color
full.
coding.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Students have a problem with this one, too. Because when it's all alone, that is Sue's. You don't know what it's talking about. The noun has been removed. The pronoun that takes its place. But in the second sentence, that is the adjective that describes car. Which car? That car. Really, the questions come in handy, don't you think?
Yes.
They really do.
They
If
really,
you-
really do.
If you, if you constantly ask yourself the question, is it answering that question, you'll find it, easier to figure it out.
Which one, how many, what kind?
Okay. All right. Oh, there was one. Was there one more? No. Okay. So take a look at this.
So we'll go over pronouns more in depth with the next unit.
Right.
But adjectives describe change nouns and pronouns. Pronouns replace nouns or other pronouns.
Right. So one is how many burritos? One burrito.
Adjective.
Right. And the next one is an adjective. Another describes one. One is replacing burrito in that case.
So it's a pronoun.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about this. Isn't this great, you guys?
I love the sound effects.
Don't you love the sound effects?
It's fantastic.
I was actually talking to the students in the
Stop
computer.
rolling your eyes. I'm talking to you, students.
Not Mr. Littlefield.
Not Mr. Littlefield, no. Was there one more? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't
Okay.
think
Okay, so there you go. There are the explanations why.
You can pause and look that over.
And again, we'll be doing pronouns more later. So just wait. It gets more exciting. Okay. Words showing possession, that's what we were just talking about. Oh, okay. We can stop now. Oh no, we can't stop now. What was I thinking? Mr. Littlefield is shaking his head in case you want to know. Oh,
Go back.
oh, I'm gonna go back. There you go.
All right, so this is where we get into apostrophes, one of the common grammar mistakes a lot of students make in their writing. So apostrophes most of the time show possession,
Correct.
ownership.
Correct.
So for example, the first one in blue, John's shirt. The apostrophe S shows that John owns the shirt.
Correct. But possessive pronouns, you have different rules here. So, and we're not going to go into these yet because we're going to do a whole thing on apostrophes.
Yeah.
Someone's shoe, that
Wait
is
till
an
you see what we have for apostrophes.
So excited.
I know, they're
Titillating.
waiting. Just can't wait for apostrophes. So exciting. All right, so apostrophe S for someone's, because that is an indefinite pronoun for those of you who care. His car is a personal
Which are
pronoun.
singular.
Yes. And our house, those are personal pronouns showing possession. They do not have apostrophes. So it does not follow the rule of possession when it's personal pronouns.
Very well explained, Mrs. Parenti.
Thank you, I did my best. But
Our
again,
house, in the middle of the street. Our house.
I'm just gonna let him keep going. Okay. All right, shall we end?
Yeah.
It was good to end with a song. Did you want to just add a little more to that?
You're welcome.
Okay. This is all for now.
Ready?
It is all. That's what. Oh no.
No, I didn't
Oh, I
think
thought
so.
it said stop. I thought it was over.
Meant
All right.
stop and go over the rule.
Okay.
It's all right. I'm here to help her.
whatever. Compound adjectives.
Oh, man.
All right, same thing as compound
Yeah.
nouns. You just take two and you're putting them together.
Right.
It takes
Keep
two.
going.
I do want to make
baby.
a point. I do say
It
this
takes
thing.
two,
Could you
baby.
need to stop singing.
No, it's
Me
awesome.
and you.
Pronouns.
This is my contribution.
Yeah, it's disruptive. Okay, look at high school student. High is describing school. High is not describing student. One would hope that the students are not high.
Oh my god.
Okay?
That's a good point.
I do point this out.
Just say
in-
no, people.
Right.
Just say no.
This is also a public service announcement. High school student, so that's why that's a compound noun in that case, because high is describing school and high school is describing student. Okay. And we have, this is a killer.
These they got wrong in my little grammar game.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
proper adjectives are a proper noun that has been turned into an adjective because it's describing another noun. So, like an American would be a noun. But the American culture, American is describing culture, which turns that noun into an adjective. So again, you're looking at how the word is acting in the sentence.
Right.
Or
And
phrase.
also, this is a capitalization issue because we're not talking about a particular sonnet. We're talking about Shakespearean is the thing that is
Love
the
good old
specific.
Willie.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Billy Shakes.
Okay. Shakespearean is the proper adjective, but it's not naming a specific sonnet, so sonnet is lowercase.
Right.
And same thing with Pinkerton playing fields. It's not the name of the field. So if it said something like the Pinkerton Players,
Yeah.
you would capitalize both because that's the name of that acting group, the Pinkerton Players. But in this case, we're just saying the playing fields that belong to Pinkerton. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Wow, there was a lot more.
I thought so.
Okay. You
That's
dizzy?
kind of annoying.
Okay. I don't really get into these
I don't
quite
really
as
get into
much,
this either.
but take a look at it.
I actually get into this with adverbs, so we come back to it.
Okay.
So this is semester 2. So if you want to look ahead and look at this, you can. You may now skip it if you would like to.
Move.
Keep going. Skip.
Okay, all right. Well, they can look at it.
If they
Pa-
want.
Pause,
Yeah.
pause, look at it, figure it out. Okay. Yeah.
Don't let them look at the answers.
Sorry.
There you go.
There we go. Wait, those are the answers.
That's- yeah, you let
That's
them look
right.
at the answers.
You have to look at the answers. Okay, moving on.
But be careful.
Look at that guy with the weird
head.
head. What's going on?
That's
Did
annoying.
it scare you? Woke you up, didn't it?
That's awful.
This is more the superlative and all that.
Okay, this is again talking about the whole, the adverb versus adjective, so.
So again, we'll get into this more second semester, but notes on why something wouldn't be an adjective. So you can look at this.
And some of you love grammar. Don't lie. Now that you're at home, you can own it. So, right, you don't want to admit it next to your classmates, but I know some of you love it. So take a look at this paragraph.
Closet grammar lovers.
They're out there. I see you.
This does confuse people.
Oh my god.
Oops.
Oh, come on.
Sorry. Okay, I thought there was more. Okay, adjectives are sometimes formed from verbs. Exhausted, the English student collapsed in his seat. The verb in that sentence is actually collapsed. That's what the student did. Exhausted is describing the student.
Right. And you could change it, the
Yeah.
exhausted English student, which would
Right.
put it in the correct order.
I use things like the running water is
Yep.
cold, running describes water in that case. So we might have to go over that a little bit more in class, maybe have
And that
some
would be good when we work on the
exercises.
examples. So you guys can practice those.
Right. You know they hate us for not muting these sound effects, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we will in the
I
next
hate
one.
you for
You know,
not
that's good formative assessment. That's good formative assessment for you guys, so you can tell us how that works for you.
Right, so there you go. Find the adjectives in the following sentences. Omit the articles, a, an, and the.
Pause.
Pause.
You better have paused.
We'll know. And there they are. You can pause it now too if you want to look at this longer. And this goes back to the PowerPoint slide about nouns, about nouns in writing. This is adjectives in writing.
So when you get your ACIT packets, on the back of those, you'll find a list of no-no words you want to try to leave out of your writing, like the word very, or cool,
Right.
and awesome.
That might be something to talk about a little bit more when we're writing, but Stephen King's novel said he tries to get as many adjectives out as possible. He wrote a book about writing, and he purposefully goes back over his writing and tries to get out as many adjectives as he can and replace them with telling verbs and nouns instead. See? Look at all those adjectives. That's a terrible sentence. It's awful.
And this is your tell, don't,
Yep.
or show, don't tell.
So take a look at that. Read the paragraph. And now we are done.
For real.
Let's give ourselves a hand, English teachers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for more.